Hello, Simmers. This is your captain speaking, and we are going to be doing the third of several videos on the Jetliner add-on to Microsoft Flight Simulator today. We've done two already, and this one is going to be on the taxi in segment of the regular bush trips. The rest of them after this are going to be on emergency procedures. I think maybe there's one that's going to be somewhat like a challenge, and then there's some emergency procedures and so on. But this is the last of the regular bush trips for the Jetliner series. Before we go into there, I want to point out one thing that you might want to do before you go into this particular bush trip is to go over to the options section of Microsoft Flight Simulator and click General Options. Then look down here for traffic and look to see what your ground aircraft density is. If it's very high, you might have trouble completing the taxi in bush trip because it's more likely that you'll have an aircraft already in the slot where the bush trip wants to send this jetliner. In order to prevent that, you can go in here to the general options, ground aircraft density, and set this to 0. That ensures that slot 205 or 204, I forget which right at this point, will be empty and available for you. So we'll go by and set that to 0, click apply and save, and go back to the welcome screen, activities, and bush trips. And then browse over here to the right and select Jetliner 07 Taxi In. And in just a moment we'll be in the jet, ready to taxi into 204. Okay, we are in Barcelona now. The jet has stopped on the taxiway, and we're ready to taxi in.
Jetliner 488, runway vacated.
Jetliner 488, hold short of Tango.
Holding short Tango, Jetliner 488. Now that we've cleared the runway after landing, taxi forwards but hold short of taxiway Tango.
Give it a slight thrust, not too much. And we'll go just a little ways here. Forward stop.
Come to a stop here. Whilst we're stationary, let's perform the after landing flow to prepare for parking.
Okay, this is where we're going to do the after landing flow. And the first time that I ran this bush trip, I was kind of befuddled because I sit here waiting for the instructions for how to do the after landing flow, and they never came. And then I looked in the manual and didn't see anything in the manual either. And then eventually I came up here and happened to look under objectives and noticed that the after landing flow is found up here. So if the same thing happens to you, you'll know what to do for this bush trip. So the spoilers are to be disarmed. master on and the APU started. It's up here at this overhead flight deck. Turn the landing lights off. 2 clicks for each button, each toggle. Set the flaps to 0.
Great, this has us mostly set up for parking, so now we need to taxi to our stand.
Jetliner 488, left on Tango, Foxtrot November, parking stand 104.
Tango, Foxtrot November, stand 104, Jetliner 488.
Okay, 104
Take this
is
left
right up
turn
here.
onto taxiway Tango. Stay below about 15 knots as we're making some sharp turns.
104 is right up here. In the first few times that I tried this, there was always an airplane there, and so I tried to restart it several times, and then about the 3rd or 4th time I was able to taxi in. But by turning off the aircraft in the way that we showed before, that ensures that nothing is there. Turn left on to taxiway Tango.
We're on taxiway Tango now. Please take the next right onto Foxtrot November. Turn right here and we'll be on Foxtrot November.
It's fairly good help here from the instructor as to what to do. There is a instruction coming up that'll be a
Now
little.
continue straight ahead. Our stand is on a jet bridge just up ahead.
4 choices for what is straight ahead. Luckily, I always took this choice.
Turn right onto stand 104 and turn off the taxi light to avoid dazzling the ground staff. Now crawl onto the stand, no more than about 5 knots.
This is a little trick that pilots do. I never know how they do it. Well, except that they usually have help up here in the way of flaggers or tell them when to stop, but it's kind of hard. You don't have that. So we'll just take an outside shot.
Stop here and set the parking brake.
Well, overdid it. But there we go.
Turn on the APU bleed. Turn off the engine 1 master switch. And now the engine 2 master switch. Now that the engines are running down, turn off the beacon light, which signals to the ground crew that it's safe to approach the aircraft. Finally, turn off the seatbelt sign so that the passengers can stand up and collect their bags.
Not sure why that's wolfing right now. I don't think that's supposed to happen at this stage. It hasn't before.
Good job. You've brought us from London Gatwick to Barcelona, all with real techniques and procedures. This flight was very typical and routine for the average sector, but now we'll move on to when things don't go quite so smoothly.
And there we go. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. Come back again to see more similar videos.